So your best way to lock this is going to be around the rim to an object on the other side. The idea being that the rubber and the Kevlar in the tyre and the rim under spoke tension is pretty much too strong for anyone to cut through with any kind of hacksaw. If you just lock it to the frame, well, yes, they can also cut through a frame, but you're only going to be selling the parts. What we're looking for here is to try and find a spot where there's no point for leverage between the U-bolt and provide as small as possible means for attack. In this case, what I'm looking for is to go around the rim. We don't need to worry about going around the stays, because what we've provided here by going through around the rim, that wheel now cannot be removed from that triangle. So even if you do remove the wheel via a quick release, it's locked in place and it's not going anywhere. The other thing, if you've got a cable lock and you want to secure that front wheel, again, the two ends on there, someone with the right tools and enough time is going to be able to defeat it. But if either end is defeated, it's going to come undone from the lock. So essentially, to fix the front wheel, you just go single loop through there and tie it that way. When we're fixing that, just go straight into the lock. This isn't ideal though, because ideally you want the lock to face downwards so that it's harder to attack. In this case, actually, the amount of space we've got available probably isn't the best. Ideally we would actually want that lock facing down, which unfortunately in this case I don't have enough space to get it facing downwards. If you're using a larger U-bolt lock like that though, the problem is that it can often provide too much space, and it therefore allows someone to get something like a car jack in there and force it open. It does take time, but they'll be sitting there for up to half an hour trying to do that. But it really all depends on what you've got. Worst case scenario though, as you saw, this is quite tight anyway, and if this beam was much larger, you would need a larger U-bolt lock. This set's from Cannondale, I believe, retails around about $80. So you're generally looking at about 10% of the cost of the bike as a general rule of thumb as to what you're expecting to pay.